Here are my thoughts on the Heisman race, what we can expect from it this upcoming season, and a few quarterbacks and a few other players that I think are going to be competing for this award this upcoming season. Unfortunately, the Heisman Trophy really is a quarterback award now, and so non-quarterback positions are likely not going to get that much serious consideration for this award. I know that we have had non-quarterback winners recently, like Devontae Smith, Travis Hunter, but typically, unless it's a very disappointing quarterback season, the quarterback's more than likely going to be walking away with the award. I'm looking at some Heisman odds on FanDuel right now. This is not an endorsement on gambling. I want to make that very clear. I just wanted to take a look at some of the Heisman odds here, just to see who are some guys that are expected to be competing for this award. The top three guys are C.J. Carr at the top, Arch Manning, and Darian Minsa. Makes a lot of sense. C.J. Carr being at the top, though, a little bit surprising to me, if I'm being honest. Arch Manning is just such a big name. I kind of thought he might be at the top. C.J. Carr is really good. He did have a good freshman season, or a good season last year. When I have him as a favorite, though, I don't know. Notre Dame is going to be really good, or they should be really good. They're projected to be good. And if that's the case, if their offense is humming like the SP Plus projections expect, yeah, C.J. Carr is going to be in this conversation. Arch Manning, if he can like take a step forward, a big step forward, and improve on some of his weaknesses, he'll definitely be in this conversation. And I actually like him as a pick to win the Heisman, just because he's got a lot of talent. He's really athletic. He's got good physical tools. He's creative as a playmaker. He can push the ball down the field. He's aggressive. I like his skill set. He does need to work on the accuracy and the decision making, but he's really skilled. He's got some high end upside due to his playmaking ability and his deep ball throwing. He manages the pocket well. Doesn't take a ton of sacks. I like that. Darian Minsa is a guy that has been really efficient as a quarterback in the past. Was awesome for Duke. Now that he's in Miami, he's going to get a bigger platform. They're going to be a more competitive team than Duke was. Because of that, I think Darian Minsa can actually make a push for the Heisman. Outside of those three, we've got like Dante Moore, Julian Sayin. The fact that those guys aren't higher is a little bit surprising to me, just because of the reputation they have. And Julian Sayin was literally a Heisman finalist last year. I know that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a Heisman finalist this year, but he's already been great. And Ohio State's just going to be awesome again. So you would have to expect that Julian Sayin's going to put up numbers like he did last year. So he's actually a good, underrated pick to win the Heisman if you're going to place a bet. But yeah, Dante Moore, Julian Sayin, I think they probably deserve a little bit more respect in the Heisman odds because they're both on amazing teams. They both have put up elite numbers in the past. I think they're probably better Heisman candidates than some of the other guys we've already talked about here, like C.J. Carr, Arch Manning, and Darian Minsa. Those guys are just really good football players, Moore and Sayin are. And then I do want to talk about a few guys that I think who aren't quarterbacks but can be contenders. We got Jeremiah Smith. He's probably the most likely non-quarterback to win the Heisman Award just because I think he's the best player in the country, probably. He's so good. I was watching him earlier this offseason. Wow. He is so ridiculously talented. One of the better wide receiver prospects we've ever seen. He's been so productive the last couple of years. He's got the quarterback. He's got the offensive coaching, the offensive system to be an amazing, just ultra-productive receiver this year. He's a beast. I think he will be in the running for the Heisman this year. And you've got to think that he may get some a legacy boost in the Heisman voting because this will be his last season of college football. He's been so good for multiple years. Heisman voters might just be a little bit more biased in his favor because of that. And he could get some, it could be like a career award for him. Along with him having just a phenomenal junior season, I don't think there's any reason for us to expect that he won't be awesome this year. If he has another great year, I think that's going to help him in the Heisman voting. If there were like a defender up for the Heisman Award this year, I don't know who it would be. Like maybe Dylan Stewart, just because Dylan Stewart's such a big name. He's so athletic and explosive. He's got such high upside. Like his best plays are so phenomenal. He doesn't have the production profile of a defensive Heisman Award winner, but I think there is a chance that he can explode during his final season at South Carolina and make a push for the Heisman. He's got the talent. I mean, he's so ridiculously athletic that he can make that push. But I don't think he'll actually be in contention for this award. One guy who's really low in the Heisman odds on FanDuel, and it's kind of ridiculous that he's just this low, but Trinidad Chambliss is below guys like Josh Hoover, which seems crazy to me. But Trinidad Chambliss might be the best quarterback in college football. He's going to be on a solid team this year, I believe. I think he deserves a little bit more respect. Same for Jaden Mayava. I think he's another guy that will be worthy of consideration for the Heisman Award. I think both of those guys are going to be, analytical darlings. The stat nerds, like myself, are going to really like them. We're going to be pounding the table. Hey, let's think about these guys in the Heisman conversation. Like, don't forget about them. Don't forget about Chambliss and Mayava. But those are guys I think are going to be worthy of consideration here. And I'm gonna sound like a homer, but like a deep sleeper might be Byron Brown. And the reason why I say that is last year he was top 5 in PFF grade. He was just ultra productive as a passer and runner. If Auburn comes out of nowhere, has a really good year, and he's really productive as a passer and rusher, I think Byron Brown can be a deep sleeper. Same for Cal quarterback Jerron Q. Sagapulutule. JKS was wildly good as a freshman in terms of just the flashes. Like, the talent's ridiculous with him. He needs to be more productive this year for him to be in the Heisman conversation, but he's got the talent. He can definitely put himself in position to contend for the Heisman Trophy. But if you told me I have to pick one player to win the Heisman this year, my pick would probably be, let's see, let's see, I think I would pick between Julian Sayin and Dante Moore. Both of those guys are good. I'm going to go Julian Sayin just because I think he was one of the more productive quarterbacks in college football last season. He was a Heisman finalist that year. He's got some things to clean up. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive as a deep ball thrower, show off a little bit more athleticism this year, a little bit more arm strength. If he can do that, I think he'll be a solid pick to win the Heisman Trophy. He's really good in that Ohio State system. I like him a lot. I know a lot of people were lower on him after last season. If it's not Julian Sayin or Dante Moore, I think Trinidad Chambliss is a good pick. Just because he's got the playmaking ability. He's supremely talented. He's a veteran. He's been playing college football for a while. We saw what he did in the playoffs last year. He's really good in big moments. So he's a good pick as well. And then Jeremiah Smith is the non-quarterback pick. But I'm gonna plant my flag with Julian Sayin. I got you back, man. I got you back. I haven't sold my Julian Sayin stock. I think he's really good. But yeah, I'll go Julian Sayin or Trinidad Chambliss. I think those guys are going to be the real serious quarterback contenders for the Heisman Trophy this upcoming season.